We're back, baby.
We're back. Let's dive in to the rest of the results for Matchday 1 in MLS. For the winners, I decided to give a nod to Charlotte FC. Respect to Charlotte FC.
It's a good team.
I think they're going to be a good ass team this year. They got a really good result, even if their fans think the own goal doesn't count or whatever. They got a banger result in that game. I think they're going to be good this year, and that's a GG's. That set piece was nice. Kalina is good. It was a good result. Next winner, San Jose Earthquakes, 4-0 on RSL.
Top of the West.
Time will tell. Top of the Shield race.
Top of the Shield race.
Time will tell.
Someone take a screenshot.
Time will tell if this was indicative of San Jose being good, or I mean RSL. They might be just that bad.
They might just. We'll see next week.
They might be wooden spoon contending.
Yep.
But even that doesn't. Quakes fans should not take the shine off that result at all. They bammed. They looked phenomenal. And
Bruce Arena bump is back.
Yeah, Bruce Arena is back. And I think the most interesting thing about it was they put up a 4 spot and Chicho and Joseph didn't even score. It was like the whole gang outside of those two guys. And apparently Christian Espinoza was going off. So the Quakes, after wooden spooning and giving up 80 goals, you can't really start it off much better than they did. And then Atlanta United, they got a 3-2 win over CF Montreal, and they've been my pick to take a leap in the Eastern Conference. I think most people are pretty high on their offseason, but they got 2 goals from Latte Loth, so he's tied with Jordan Morris for the Golden Boot lead, and they only spent $22 million on him. So the Atlanta United rehabilitation project off to a good start. Noah, you got anyone for winners that I didn't mention?
No, I'm right there in agreement with you. I think it's so hard to pick winners on week 1, but the Quakes, man, that's an interesting one because I was a doubter, I will say. I've been a little bit confused as to why people were putting them up so high, because it's like, how do you go from that bad?
Gap they
gave up 100 goals. Like what are we talking about? To now,
yeah. And I was kind of on the same page because people were like, oh, like what great business they pulled by getting Chicho Arango and Joseph Martinez. What a striker duo that could be. And I'm like, they literally gave up 80 goals.
Mm-hmm.
I would not have even thought about a striker until I just did everything I could.
Two DPs.
Seriously, man, like that. Like when you give up 80, I don't know how you handle that. You have a lot of questions that you should be asking yourself that are existential beyond Major League Soccer if you have a season where you give up 80.
Yeah.
But your absolute number one priority has to be not giving up 80 again.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure if they had done enough to remedy that. And we'll see if they did.
It is also funny because the Quakes, none of their stars scored.
That's what I was saying.
It was a bunch of randos.
Yeah, it was all their randos. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is just tight. That's tight. Like some dude named Ricketts.
Yeah.
Not Tolsane or who's the other one?
Donovan.
It's a new Ricketts. New Ricketts has entered the chat. Jamar.
All right. Ready to do the losers? This is going to be fun.
I love the losers. This one, up the top right here.
No.
I can see this document.
The Portland Timbies.
It gives me no joy to report, Ari.
I don't even know what to say. Like, obviously there's so much clowning that could be done, but it's like, I feel like it's almost
in bad taste.
I don't even know if it's bad taste. It's just like you don't even need to, because it speaks for itself to such a profound degree.
Yeah.
I think we all knew that they were in a tough spot with their little Evander drama. They lost their best player and got the new guy in 2 days before the season, so that was always probably going to be a shit show. They didn't make a lot of changes to a team last year that scored a lot of goals but was pretty erratic.
They enjoyed giving up a lot of goals too.
Yeah, they conceded a lot of goals. They lost to the Vancouver Whitecaps, what was it, 5-0 or 6-0? 6-0. 6-0 at home when they should have been on the road in the playoffs. That's why Evander got fed up and forced his way out of the club. So things were bad, is my point. They were already bad before this season opener, which were coincidentally enough playing at home against the Vancouver Whitecaps again, and it did not go well.
No.
It did not go well.
4-1, a red card in the 11th minute.
And like they were trying, like Phil Nevs was trying to blame the red card after, like he was basically saying like, oh, well, the red card chalked it. Like it was whatever, you know, we'll get 11 back on the field next week and take it from there kind of sentiment. It was deeper than that.
It was
like in a season opener at home for that to be what you put out on the field.
That's
like I said, like, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know what to say.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what they do about that.
I mean,
luckily not my concern.
The Whitecaps in their last 2 meetings with Portland have now scored 9 goals on them. It's been 9-1.
They let Jaden Nelson put up 3 assists and a goal on them in this game.
Jaden
Nelson is not that. He could be good. He's not that good.
No, he was player of the match week.
They made him look like Messi. Like he looked like the Jaden Nelson.
His foot mob ranking was like best player in the entire league.
Yeah, and
like potentially in the world.
Do we think that Jaden Nelson is the best player in the entire league? Probably
not. Could be.
Probably could be. Apparently he might be. if
they get to play the Portland Timbers every week, absolutely.
I mean, we're gonna get to it in the Blazing Hot Presser, but Jesus Christ.
That was
Don't want to give money to the oligarchs, but love lobbing Scorchers? Do we have a deal for you? MLS Season Pass is back on Apple TV with access to every single MLS match, including Leagues Cup and the entire Audi MLS Cup playoffs with no blackouts. It's not just the games, you get total access to the pre- and post-match MLS 360 whip-around show in both English and Spanish, and get live look-ins and highlights from around the league, as well as full match replays and recaps. Now, you can support our show by visiting lobbingscorchers.com/Apple TV to purchase your subscription and support our show.
lobbingscorchers.com/Apple TV. Please, don't let the oligarchs win. Incredible.
Chicago Fire are back. They're so back. God, I love the Chicago Fire. My favorite team in the league besides Seattle for different reasons.
The most entertaining team every year.
They're the best. They're the best.
They rock.
This first game of the Greg Berhalter era, they have been another one of those popular pit where everyone's like, oh, Berhalter's there. They made this move, this there. I'm like, Chicago Fire. They're a meme until proven otherwise. They went to Columbus, took the lead twice, Noah. They did it twice. 1-0 and 2-1.
Patented.
Brian Gutierrez, their star homegrown, getting both goals. He was looking awesome. They gave up the lead both times, shockingly, and then ended up losing 4-2. They couldn't be more back.
They couldn't.
Like when Seattle played Chicago last year, I famously predicted exactly what was going to happen. I said they were going to score the first goal and then concede the equalizer. And people after it literally happened exactly like that, people were like, "Damn, that was pretty good. Like, how did you?" It's because they do that. Like you don't need to predict anything. They do that every game.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it. I really haven't. Like they did it all like last year, pretty much every week. And then the first game of this year, I presume after an entire offseason of trying to like get out of that identity, they immediately do it again. Immediately.
It's incredible. They're so back. I just got to know, we talked about the USMNT earlier. And I mean, if you're a Greg hater, this is about the perfect place for him to be the head coach of.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see how I think he can maybe make this better. I don't know. It seems like it's gotten to the point where that it's like in their DNA.
Yeah.
You know? And that's really hard to change. Mm-hmm. Like you need what Garth Lagerwey said they did in Atlanta. I think the term he used was like full-scale cultural overhaul.
Yeah. An exorcism, perhaps.
You need that.
Have they thought about bringing in a priest?
Like we joke, but I don't know. At this point, I don't know how else they solve this. And then my last loser, Orlando City, laid an egg. They got blown out by the Philly Union at home. They gave it was like 4-2 or something.
Have you heard anyone be like talking about the Union like they're any kind of contender?
No, like they were, if anything, probably picked to. They fired Jim C. They hired Bradley C.
Yep.
And I don't know. I figure that's like a fine hire, but it wasn't like a knock it out of the park type of thing. So I didn't think they were going to be that good.
Yeah.
And that's another one of those situations where I don't know if they're that good or if Orlando's that bad. But I got Orlando and the losers for this week because when you take a result like that at home to start your season, it's not what you want.
Not a great look, folks. Not a great look.